okay, I know I've been absolutely shit with the YouTube, but we are back. But essentially my laptop broke and it was a big nightmare. It was in the middle of my cutting diaries, and then I couldn't post for like 3-4 weeks. But luckily the laptop is fixed and I'm absolutely thank fuck, because who can afford a new laptop in this day and age? But yeah, so thought I'd do a quick update while I go out on my steps of what I've been up to, and also what's going on with my goals, because I'm not in a cut phase at the minute and I haven't been since the wedding, but I've probably not updated you for the last 4 weeks. And it's also photo shoot week this week, which is also why I'm doing an update, because I will actually take you to the photo shoot weekend with me. Right, so what have I been up to? So we probably left off at Claire's wedding, and after that I'd been in a cut phase for about 5-6 weeks. Saw loads of progress, felt really good, looked absolutely unreal in my bridesmaid's dress, if I do say so myself. And then I wasn't ready to go back into a cut, and usually I quite like to cut for a period of time, have a bit of a diet break and then cut again, because I always find that it really helps with adherence, which is why planning your phases is really important. So I've been at maintenance for the past few weeks. I will not lie, I have not been perfect. Sessions really consistent, like I've been ticking the box with 4 a week and then also sometimes a run, so really happy with how they are going, because the other thing is, if you've been training for a while, you have to make sure you are consistent with your training and you're pushing hard. So with that respect, I've been doing amazingly, but like, you've got to push hard, because if you're not challenging your body, you're not going to change, because like I said, your body gets used to it if you've been at it a long time, and you can end up like hitting plateaus, which obviously we do not want. So training on point, fabulous. Nutrition, the past couple of weeks I've been at maintenance calories, but the week after the wedding was a bit of like, just get back to it, back to routine. I was a bit more flexible, and I am sitting now around 1 kilo up, which I'm not bothered for, because I agreed with my coach, we're going to stick at maintenance up until the photo shoot, which is this weekend, because I don't want to be too lean. I want my muscles to look a bit fuller, so that's where we're at with that. So I'm sitting around about 1800 calories. So my weight is fluctuating, slash going down a little bit more. And the plan eventually is to go back into a reverse diet and into a build, but I just thought with it being summer, it's probably not realistic to want to do that when I do want to get a little bit leaner first. I have actually also had a workout refresh last week, because you don't want to be doing the same workouts for too long. Like I said, your body will get used to it, which we don't want. So I've got new workout blocks, and it's always exciting and, you know, keeps you going because you feel motivated on the new exercises, and it just makes it more fun, really. So yeah, new workout block, which I'm loving at the minute. It is going to be like day later, so I might take you with me. I think I'm going to do glutes and hamstrings. So my current split at the minute is 2 upper body sessions, 2 lower body sessions, and then I'm getting out for a coffee run each week if me and Liam are at home, or if we have time, if we're not away, which won't be happening this weekend because we're going to be at the photo shoot. But yeah, so 4 session a week split, strength training, and then I've got my run. A 4-day split works perfectly for me. It's like the ideal amount of times that I can fit in consistently. But when life gets busier, sometimes I drop down to 3, like absolutely fine to do. It's just about where you're at and what you can stick to, because there's nothing worse than having a workout plan that doesn't fit your life. You also do not have to train 6 or 7 times a week. Even if you're like me and you've been training for years, your body is not that used to the workouts, do you know what I mean? Not that used to the gym. 4 times, 3 times, really sufficient and like completely enough time. So yeah, you don't need to be training every single day. Oh, going into the park. So yeah, I'm going to finish my steps and then I'm going to update you on what I'm sort of doing this week on the run up to the photo shoot, and then into what I'm eating as well. Just nearly died of a heart attack because I couldn't find my house keys in my pocket because they were stuck to the camera because it's magnetic, and oh my god, they were literally just hiding from me, and I thought, shit, I'm not going to get back in my house. Anyway, so obviously with the photo shoot, I am just going to be ticking as many boxes as I can this week on the run up, because I'm going to be travelling to Manchester on Friday night, which means basically I've got to get everything done by Friday, by Friday evening. So my week is scheduled, the days that I'm going to get my sessions in, starting with lower body tonight. So we're going to go through a glute and hammies workout. So I hope my legs are actually okay, because I did run yesterday. Did not really plan that through, did I? Because obviously rest is important. But anyway, so glutes and hammies tonight. And then I'm going to be scheduling my workouts in across the week so that they're done by Friday. Food-wise, we're getting prepped today. So I am basically in similar foods to what I normally would, because I want my digestion to be in a really good place for the photo shoot. I don't want to be bloated, because when I am bloated, the bottom of my stomach, you'll probably get this as well, like bloats out more than the rest, and it's just not what I want on the photos, to be honest. So I'm going to be focusing my meals around like a regular structure, which I focus on anyway. So like lean proteins, carbs, fruit and veggies in meals, healthy fats, and obviously I'm going to be sticking to my deficit, not my deficit because I'm at maintenance, I'm going to be sticking to my calories around that. And it's similar foods to what I normally eat, essentially, because if your body's used to them, you're not going to bloat as much. So I'll run you through what I'm going to have, but I'm not going to be sacrificing treats. Like, I have those on a daily anyway, so I'm going to be still having a bit of dark chocolate each and every day. Like, I'm not restricting cutting anything out or changing anything drastic. I'm just sticking to my usual habits, which I do whether I'm in a fat loss phase, whether I'm at maintenance, or whether I'm building. It's just the portion sizes that I will adjust. So what have I got this week? Let me show you. It probably won't even be that good to show you because it's probably not all in the fridge, but let's go. So literally, this is the fridge, nothing crazy. Shitloads of Greek yogurt, of course. There's some chicken here, which I'm going to have a pita pizza tonight just because I've got leftover chicken. I've got bacon and eggs, so bacon medallions, and then obviously eggs and some protein bagels for my lunches. I've got dark chocolate, which is not the 80%, so you'll all shout at me, but it's salted caramel dark chocolate from Aldi, and they're really handy because they come in like individual bars. Like I said, shitloads of Greek yogurt. I've got my Weetabix, which is up there, and then I've got tuna as well, and then there's jacket potatoes too. And yeah, that's essentially all I've bought on the food shop this week, really. Like, I do always like to keep meals quite simple. Like, I'm not an adventurous like cooker, not an adventurous like meal prepper. Like, I literally stick to the basics. Like, I buy all these foods and then I play around with them. So like, my typical protein sources are literally every single week either 5% beef mince or chicken, unless I get the chicken ick, and then like bacon medallions, eggs. And then my carb sources essentially are literally like potatoes, pretty much. And then the odd time I have pasta or rice, but pasta is really not doing it for me at the minute. I had that last week and it did not hit. And then my veggies are pretty, like, I vary them sometimes, but like, they're pretty much like similar each week. Like tender stem broccoli is my absolute fave, and then like peppers, onions, mushrooms, those sorts of things go into things really easily. So it depends what I'm making. And then obviously like spinach for like salads that I'm going to have with my tuna jacket potatoes. I've not even told you what I'm having for my meal preps, have I? Or have I? So yeah, like my meal preps, which I was going to tell you about, just thought I'd show you first, clearly, didn't I? And then just showed you and didn't explain. So breakfast, I'm having Weetabix yogurt bowls with fruit, so blueberries and raspberries, which are fresh ones, and then a bit of honey. So filling, like, honestly, if you are skipping breakfast, this, as much as everybody says it is the most important meal of the day, it really is, because it sets you up to not feel hungry later on. Like, I can go have this breakfast and last for hours before I have to eat my lunch. And if I don't have breakfast, the evening I'm absolutely ravenous. So yeah, high protein in your breakfast as well, just a reminder. Then my lunches, I'm having... See, my lunches and teas I can switch around. I haven't quite decided which I'm going to have, but basically I've got a meal prep in the freezer that I made last week. So I've got a chili and a bolognese. So they're going to come out. I'm going to have them with jacket potatoes or with rice. Then I have got tuna, so I can have that with jacket potato and salad. And then I also have eggs, bacon, protein bagels, which I'm probably going to have for my lunches. And then I feel like there's something else. And then the pita pizza, which I'm going to have tonight, but that's just because we've got leftover chicken and I'll home make some chips with that, with some potatoes as well. So all similar foods, and then I just play around with it like across the week. And that's how I do my meal prep every week anyway. So that's what I'm having to keep my digestion good. We're sticking to the 1800 calories. We're going to the photo shoot feeling good, and we're getting all our movement in. The other thing is my steps. So I have to make a conscious effort of these steps ever since I stopped shift, because I'm on my feet less. So it means that every so often I've got to get out for a 10-minute walk, just like I have just then. And it really does add the steps up. And like I'll probably go for another evening walk tonight to the gym, and then obviously back, and then maybe a little bit longer if I've not hit my steps. And then I've really got to make conscious efforts on weekends, because it's easy to chill out, sit on the sofa. No, you've got to get your steps in. You've got to make a conscious effort to get yourself out there, which is also another reason why we started the coffee runs, because we run down, walk back, kills two birds with one stone. You get a coffee, ideal. But yeah, so I feel like there's literally two pigeons trying to mount each other out there. I don't know if you can see. How do you even zoom in on this? Liam taught me, but maybe, I don't know how. Interesting. Anyway, they're over there if you can see them, but they've stopped now. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave this here, but I will take you with me to the gym. So I best get on with check-ins, because I've got about 10 more to do. And if I want to get to the gym, I need to get them done, because girl gang girlies come first. But yeah. Okay, so we're into hammies and glutes now. And I have just done my mobility and then my warm-up sets on hip thrust. It is a new block, and I've not had hip thrust in here for fucking ages. So I took it nice and steady last week, and now we're going a bit crazier. We're getting the weight up a little bit. So we're going for 110 kilos for the top 2 sets of 10 reps, and then we'll drop it back down for the third back off set. And as you can see, I'm knackered, but we're going to go do it. Making sure the hip thrust pad is not going to run off. May have weed a little on one of them. Oops. Okay, we're going to do step-ups now, and dare I say that I've actually missed these bastards. Now, I like to hold on just for stability. I really find it helps. Now these, I literally was going to message my coach and be like, I don't want them, but I actually did them and really liked them. So yeah, reverse lunge on the Smith machine, and I always usually hate the Smith machine. But you know, you can't always do exercises you love. You've got to do what you need to do, not what you want to do. So I'm going to go do them. Lovely weather for ducks to come out the gym too, and I have just been to Aldi. But yeah, thoughts for that session is I died. Like, that was the hardest hammies and glutes day I have ever done. Oh my god. But like, I guess like if you've been training as long as I have, it does get more difficult to see progress. So you do have to keep challenging your little self. So I guess it's got to be done. So thanks, coach. There was actually an exercise, the Smith machine reverse lunge. There was actually that exercise. I was actually going to, when I saw my new workouts, I was actually going to message Kaylee and be like, excuse me, I don't want to do that exercise, because if you know me, I hate the Smith machine. But I actually really loved it, which is why like having a coach sometimes like it's so much more fun than doing it on your own. Like, they put in exercises you wouldn't choose to do. They make it more exciting. They keep you on the straight and narrow. And they also make you do exercises you don't want to do. And then you end up loving them. And also, you can't exactly get to where you want to be doing everything that you want to do. Like, it is hard. You do have to challenge yourself. And you do have to do things that are not what you want. Like, exercises that you don't want to do. To actually get the most progress. So yeah, get a coach, girls. I've just been to Aldi to get some potatoes. I also got some popcorn because I'm loving these mini bags of 50 calorie sweet popcorn from Aldi for a little sweet treat snack, not breaking the bank with calories either. Great for the cinema as well, which I am there all the time. Oh my god, I'm getting drenched. This duck weather is horrible. And yeah, so I'm going home for post-workout now, which is my tea. I'm actually having chicken and pepperoni pita pizzas. So on a pita is what I was going to say, but that was obviously obvious in the name. And then some homemade chips. So yeah, very excited for that. I'm starving though, and the chips are going to take 40 minutes. But tomorrow's me will thank me for it when they are made from scratch, not frozen shit that make my belly hurt. So yeah. And obviously we're on the run up to the photo shoot, so I don't want to be messing with my tummy. Like, no, we want my tummy to work with me on the weekend, not work against me. So yeah, right, get me home, get me my tea, and then yeah, that's pretty much the update, really. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. I am going to get back into it, doing one a week again, or one every 2 weeks, and I'm going to start to do more vlog style. Oh my god, I've got rain dripping off my eyebrows. I'm going to do some more vlog style things. So I will be vlogging the photo shoot weekend. Me and Liam are going to Manchester for the weekend, and then obviously the photo shoot's on the Saturday, so I will be taking you with me. Hopefully this is out by then, but you know me, always behind on the YouTubes. So yeah, I'll see you there. Have a lovely week.